Great news, guys. We're all going to be rich. The NBA slate tonight is very deep. We're talking 12 games here. Since that's the case, it was pretty easy for me to find a couple moves that have a 0.0% chance of losing. I'll get to those in just a second, but first, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It'll probably be the smartest thing you do all day. We talk bets on this channel almost every single day of the week, so you obviously don't want to miss that. Besides the show, we go live almost every single day of the week and use the tools at OddsJam to find even more bets. Subscribing to this channel is a classic win-win situation. Get the notifications on too, just to be safe. So our first bet of the night might be the easiest bet I've ever seen in my life. Emmanuel Quickley over 16.5 points plus 110 at ESPN Bet. This thing's available at DraftKings as well, so if you don't have ESPN Bet, don't worry, you're good. The thing is, I think this thing's going to move up throughout the day, so get on it now. For starters, Quickley just went from a bench role with the New York Knicks to a starting role with the Toronto Raptors. That's big for a guy like Quickley who can score in bunches. I'm serious, he can score in literally every possible way. Transition, three-pointers, floaters. He's working with a pretty big bag. All the guy needs is minutes, and he'll produce points. And the beauty of this thing is, he's going to get plenty of minutes in Toronto. Now, I know all the haters are going to say that he only played 28 minutes in his first game with the Raptors, but like always, the haters have no idea what they're talking about. These are probably some of the dumbest people alive. The only reason that Quickley only played 28 minutes in his first game was because he picked up his third foul with 5+ minutes left in the second quarter. It wasn't even a foul. The refs were just calling stuff just to call it that day. It was a whistle-happy bunch. That's highly unlikely to happen tonight. And what the haters aren't even going to tell you is that even with that limited floor time, Quickley still scored 14 points. What I like even better is he took 13 shots. He's only done that 8 other times this season, and he went for 17+ points in 6 of those games. In fact, he went 20+ in 4 of those games. So if you psychos out there want to go 20+ plus 225 at DraftKings, I'm not going to stop you. What's even better is 25+ is plus 630 at Fanatics right now. So if you want to be a legend tonight, it feels like a good day for it. So the next move is something that I don't do a lot, but I think the situation calls for it. We're going to get a little two-way action and take Jaden Ivey over 11.5 points, parlayed with Jalen Duren over 10.5 points at ESPN Bet. The price on this thing is plus 139, which is basically like stealing if you ask me. Put it this way, for something similar at DraftKings, it's minus 115. I wouldn't even bet your money on a price like that. Here's the thing, does Detroit stink? Definitely. But the idea that we can get these two guys to produce next to nothing for plus 139 is crazy. Let's start with Ivey. He started the last 7 games, and he's only been under this number once. It was the day after Christmas. He's a family man, probably. Guy had a lot on his mind. Plus, he was in foul trouble that day. The refs were calling everything, trying to make the game about them, just like they always do. It was just bad all the way around. But here's the thing, Ivey still scored 9 points that day, so he was only a bucket short. We can trust him. Now the other guy, Jalen Duren, is definitely scoring 11+ points tonight. For starters, he's done this in every game that Ivey has started with them, so there's nothing to worry about there. There's plenty of points to go around. The only issue with Duren is he's a little bit handsy, so he can get into foul trouble, but he's been in foul trouble each of the last 2 games, and he still got this number both times. What's even better is the Pistons just played the Jazz a couple weeks ago. Duren was out that night, but his backup, Marvin Bagley, abused the interior defense of the Jazz. It was borderline criminal what he did to those guys. But it was to be expected since the Jazz give up 50+ points in the paint every single game. They've got John Collins out there trying to defend the rim, and it just doesn't work. He's doing the best he can, but he's legitimately 6'9". What do they think's gonna happen? This isn't a Disney movie. He's just gonna get dunked on over and over. Let's hope that happens again tonight, and let's hope that the Pistons play with a little pride. If that's the situation, we're cashing this by halftime. See you guys on the live stream later. Don't forget to turn on the notifications.